Afternoon. I am just getting back from a funeral for a young lady named Tiki, and I was just in awe over the things that they said about her and her life and the legacy that she's leaving. And it got me to thinking, and I called my mom. Every day I am offered the opportunity to work in my community and to have conversations and be involved with, you know, people that I care about, people that I'm passionate about. And I consider it a privilege to be able to work in my community and to be able to sustain myself financially by working in my community. And one of the things that I was thinking, after I left and I called my mom and I was talking to my mom and I said, I'm having a situation with a really good friend and I love him and I care about him. And above all things, I could care less about anything that we're going through. The one thing I care most about is that when it's all said and done, I didn't miss an opportunity to win him to Christ. And I began to cry because I could care less about my agony or my own suffering or my own pain because I consider it God's glory. I count it as the journey. I always laugh at people and say, we choose the journeys we have and we don't have to be hurt and we don't have to be angry and all these things. I say that because it's the truth. My God says, think only on these things, whatsoever is good, lovely, kind, and of good report. And he also says that the thoughts that he has for us are good. And I'd like to believe that every hurt and every anguish and every time that I have to go without, or every time I have to say yes when I want to say no, or every time I'm crying because I have to be humble, that my God is happy and he's pleased that I've chosen his will for me, that I've chosen to show him through me, and that I wasn't afraid to be hurt for his name's sake. And because of that, it gives me joy and I'm happy. And I literally am happier than I've ever been in my life. I don't have great things. I don't have a nice car. I don't have a huge house. I don't have any of those things. Some days, my son and I are just barely making it. But I'm happy and he's happy because I'm doing what I love, but I'm also serving my Christ. My pastor texted me the other day. I texted him and said, I don't want to be a man in doing business. And he said, Aisha, business has no gender. He said, if you're either doing a great service, selling a good product, or winning souls, but you need to be focused on the biggest picture, and that's to do good business. And for me, my business foremost is winning souls or showing the love of Christ through my life. I don't love because it's what I want to do. I love because it's what God's called me to do. And at the end of my day, and people are saying things about me and they're explaining my legacy to my son, I want them to say she was a child of God and she loved outside of herself. Because then I will know that I made an impact and I was effective in my purpose. And I just wanted to have this conversation with you and hope that you hear this and you say to yourself, I need to change and I need to be constant in my purpose. Consistency is not easy. It's not fun. You don't always see the immediate rewards. It's trying. It makes you change. It's everything that you're not, because by nature we're not consistent. But if you ever want to see God's glory and see him in your life, be consistent in trying him by his word and walk in his faith. And I guarantee you'll see his glory. And through your ambition in pursuing him, you'll see just how real he is. Have a good afternoon.